Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to part 2 of my DVD collection video, part 2 of The Bees, so let's go ahead and get right into this. The next one in my collection is the 2003 Tim Burton film, Big Fish. This was really great. I actually saw this when I was vacationing in Florida at Universal Studios. I went to the theater in Universal Studios one afternoon just to see it, because it was in limited release at the time, and, I had to see it in theaters, because I never miss a Burton film in theaters, and, he's my favorite director, so, it's just a great film. I mean, this is like, a real tearjerker, and I just think visually it's really, really great. It was really great to see Tim Burton work with Danny DeVito again, and he just garnered, a really great cast of people that he had never worked with before, like Ewan McGregor and Alison Loham and Albert Finney. So, I mean, this is just, a really, really special film, in Tim Burton's filmography, so absolutely check this one out. The next one is, classic 80s slasher, The Burning, Cropsey himself. This is a great, great film. There's a commentary by the director and film journalist Alan Jones on this. I've never actually listened to the commentary, but this film is just really, really great. I mean, you just need to get out there and check this one out. I definitely plan on one day down the road reviewing this one on Saturday Night Movie Drive-In, so keep your eyes peeled for that one in the future. Next one is Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever Unrated. I don't really care much for the original Cabin Fever, but this one was actually somewhat of a notch above the other one. This was, directed by Ty West, although he had quite a bit of a falling out with the company behind this. I believe it was Lionsgate, and yeah, he just they pretty much just kind of fucked around with his version of the film, and this is what we got. But nonetheless, it really is kind of a throwback to films from the 80s, which was, cool to see. So this is definitely one, to definitely give a rental at the very least. It was cool. Next one I got is one of John Carpenter's best, and speaking of which, I actually need to upgrade this one to Blu-ray, because I've heard the Blu-ray print is great, but this is Big Trouble in Little China. I haven't watched this in like a while, but oh god, this is such a great, great movie. There's just, not enough good things I can say about this one. I think this is just one of those films that if you've never seen it, just take my advice and just go out and check this one out. It's just so cool and really visually stunning and just funny and just action-packed. It's just awesome all around. It's just, Carpenter, just doing what he does best, making kick-ass films. The next one is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the original. I got this for like $5 at Best Buy not too long ago, and this is actually directed by Stephen Herek, who would go on to direct one of my favorite 90s comedies, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. At the same time that I bought that, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey was also $5, so I went ahead and bought both of them. And I believe I had mentioned in my DVD update when I first got these that there's actually aspects of Bogus Journey overall that I actually enjoy more than Excellent Adventure. I don't know what it is exactly, but this one just, I think I was just finding myself laughing a little bit more at this one, but, I'll revisit them eventually. Next one I got is 1995's Billy Madison. This one just has so much dust on it because I haven't watched this movie in years. I bought this like way back when I was just starting my DVD collection, so this was a really early DVD for Frightener22, but nonetheless, I mean, Adam Sandler, he's kind of a moron, and I think that this is probably one of his funniest movies, but I think his funniest movie all around is The Wedding Singer. But, he's pretty good when he does dramatic stuff, too, because I thought Reign Over Me was really, really great. Next was the original special edition of Black Christmas. This is great. Bob Clark directed film. Just a really excellent movie. If you guys have never seen this one, this is great. This is pre-Halloween, so Bob Clark was really the first one to start it with, holiday-themed slashers. This is from 1974, so check that one out. Really fun one. Next one is the first superhero movie, dating back all the way to 1998, that really started the whole superhero, craze with X-Men and Spider-Man, but this was actually the first. It's Wesley Snipes and Blade. It's been years since I've watched this one, so I remember enjoying it, and I don't, feel like I have any reason to say that it's, worse or, bad as the years go on, because I haven't watched it recently, like I said, but I do remember enjoying it. And then I also have, of course, the sequel, Blade 2, which I enjoyed, too. This is actually directed by Guillermo del Toro, who would go on to do Pan's Labyrinth. But, yeah, this one was a lot of fun, too. But I never got around to seeing Blade Trinity, and that's probably for the better, because I heard that it sucked ass. Next one I got was $5 at Target a few weeks ago, and that is the Blair Witch Project. It's kind of criminal that there's like not a special edition of this out, like a Blu-ray or just a 2-disc edition, because this is really a cult movie. I mean, there's just a huge fan base, really sincere, big fan base for this movie. So I just think that it sucks, especially with like the 10th anniversary of the film just last year, that something wouldn't came out already. But nonetheless, we have this, and for $5, why not? It was a good movie when it came out, for sure. The next one I got it pretty cheap at a convention, because this normally goes for like $100, and I just did a blind buy on it because it just seemed cool, and that is the Blind Dead collection. Now look how cool that is. It's like in a coffin, and this comes with 4 films. I believe they're all Spanish. And I've only watched the first one, but it was okay. It wasn't anything really spectacular, so I haven't really gotten around to the other 3. But this was put out by Blue Underground. But I mean, for $35, when this normally goes for like $100, I mean, look at that. That's just a really cool looking box. So it's nice to have. The next one I got is one of the best remakes ever, in my opinion, 1988's The Blob. It was actually directed by Chuck Russell, who also directed Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and this is just absolutely awesome. I mean, in the wake of nowadays seeing so many classic horror films getting remade, this was a remake from 1988, of course, from the classic 50s Blob movie, but this is just an incredible, incredible remake. This is just like right up there with Cronenberg's The Fly. Like, it's that good. You should absolutely check that one out. Next one I did a blind buy on a few months ago, I guess now. It's the Joel Schumacher vampire film, Blood Creek. Didn't really think much of it, kind of forgettable, but I'll probably revisit it later on. Gonna just kind of, go a little bit quicker towards the end. Blood Sisters. This one's kind of cool. Sorority house kind of slasher, horror movie. It's kind of shitty, but, shitty in kind of a so bad it's good way, so I like it for that. And there's a commentary by Joe Bob Briggs on that, actually. Another Depp movie starring Penelope Cruz as well is Blow. This is one of the best drug-related movies, and Johnny Depp is incredible in this. This has probably got to be one of his top 10 best performances. Got this at Big Lots before it closed down. This is the double feature 2 DVD set of The Boogeyman. I've never watched this one, but when I bought this, they make it seem like Return of the Boogeyman. I thought that this is like the first and the second one, but I went on IMDb and I found out that Return of the Boogeyman is actually the 3rd one in this one, so this is the 1st and the 3rd. So, I mean, eventually I'll get around to watching the 1st one, but I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna, run along and watch Return of the Boogeyman if I haven't seen the 2nd one yet. So, I don't know, I'll get around to this, but this was like $3 at Big Lots. Next one is Boys Don't Cry. Great performance by Hilary Swank. Great indie film. Won her first Academy Award for that one. Next is, of course, the late John Hughes' classic 1985 film, The Breakfast Club. Yeah, just, what else can you say about this one? Just great performances, great writing, just everything's there. It's one of the best 80s films. Box set that I did a blind buy on. It's the British Horror quadruple box set. This has Frightmare, House of Whipcord, The Flesh and Blood Show, and Die Screaming Marian. I have not watched any of these yet, sadly, but I definitely plan on getting around to Frightmare eventually. But, all these seem cool. I believe this was like $15-20, and there wasn't really many left there when I bought this. So, I was just, kind of aching to do a blind buy at the time. So why not do a blind buy on a 4-movie set? And of course, to end it off on, I have Brokeback Mountain, which is this is actually one of my favorite films from 2005. Just really great acting and really excellent direction. I'm just kind of pissed that I accidentally bought the full screen edition, but oh well, what can you do? And the final movie for this is one from another one of my favorite directors of all time, Joe Dante, Tom Hanks in The Burbs. Excellent, excellent film. Everybody should check this one out. It has Tom Hanks and Corey Feldman and Princess Leia herself, Carrie Fisher, so absolutely don't miss this one. This is a great, great film. Well, guys, that concludes all the B's in my DVD collection. As always, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in a future installment of my DVD collection videos. This is Frightener22.